My name is Jeremy Keith. I'm a kind of developer, kind of designer, writer on my website, written some books, and I work at an agency I co-founded called Clearleft in Brighton, England. If you are a declarative designer and that's your mindset, you find yourself in a company that has more of an imperative mindset, honestly, you might be better off looking for a job at a more declarative-minded company. Otherwise, you're just going to be frustrated the whole time. Maybe you can instill a more declarative mindset generally, but it's a fairly fundamental difference of thinking about designing for the web. So you really kind of want to be on a team that's facing in the same direction. I see a lot of people who've been writing CSS for many years get a bit scared when they see modern new CSS with kind of functions in there and ways of doing very powerful things, but it seems worlds away from the CSS we were writing, till just a few years ago. So I can understand feeling that it's maybe getting too powerful, getting too much like a programming language, but I don't think it is. I think that's just inertia, and it's just what we're used to. When Flexbox came along, we had to change the way we thought about layout, and we managed it. When Grid came along, that was a whole nother way of thinking, and we managed it. So there'll always be a learning curve to this kind of stuff. But I do think fundamentally the design of CSS is still a very declarative approach. It's encouraging you to think in terms of, setting boundary conditions and letting the browser calculate the final values. It's definitely nice to come to Malaga in November when I'm used to being in Brighton, England in November. The sun is shining, which is great. I've been able to sit outside and enjoy some tapas, enjoy the great wine of the region. So yeah, I have to admit, that was definitely a draw in coming to Wey Wey Web, was the cuisine of Malaga. I have a bit of an ulterior motive in coming to this conference in that I also curate a conference. I curate a couple of conferences. One of them is UX London, which happens in London in June. The other is Patterns Day, which happens in Brighton in March. So I'm kind of always on the lookout for potential speakers, and I have to say it's been a productive few days already, because I've seen a talk that I thought that would be perfect for UX London, spoke to the person, and yeah, it's going to happen.